So, when I first agreed to this 8-part collaboration from the 8 elements and the 8 wonderful people that are collaborating with me, the first thing that I asked of them was to save the last one for me. Yes, I wanted the best for last. I knew that whatever element was left over out of the 8 was the one for me. And it just so happened to be metal. And if I'm being honest, when I was told that it was metal, I was like, metal? Why metal? Like, why metal? At first I was like, but then Spirit opened my eyes. As I continued to live, I looked around me and realized how much of our world is made of metal, and if we didn't have it, what would this society be like? I don't even want to know. And so, as Spirit worked with me to put respect on metal's name, I wanted to come with some metal fun facts, okay? And so here we are with some metal fun facts. First things first, metal relates to me personally from the aspect of interior design, as I am intrigued, and I've been intrigued for a while with interior design, and so that brought me to feng shui. And one of the elements of feng shui is the incorporation of metal, because metal creates structure, organization from chaos. Think of alchemy. Think of transmutation. And above all, metal is a grounding aspect in feng shui. One of my favorite uses of metal, jewelry. The beautiful thing about metal is the different varieties. There's stainless steel, copper, brass, and there's various shapes that it can be molded into. So with this seemingly endless list of metals and varying shapes and possibilities, there's so much that metal does for us, and we should show gratitude. A few more fun facts about metal. The word metal comes from the ancient Greek word metallon, which means quarry, to mine or excavate. The most abundant metal in the universe is iron. Metal is also a great conductor for heat and electricity. Now you see why I said I don't want a world without metal, right? And another fun fact about metal, the tallest freestanding structures in the world are made of primarily alloy steel, aka metal. Now that we've learned a thing or two about metal, please let me know in the comment section down below any more metal fun facts that you may have, so that you and I, them and they, and everyone in between and on the outskirts can put more respect on metal's name, so that we won't raise a brow the next time someone hands us the element metal. Now, as I did mention, this is an 8-part collaboration. Yes, 8. And I want you to enjoy every last bit of it when you indulge and dive into the channels of the other 7 individuals that are collaborating here, with the other elements, spirit/space being covered by Psychic Siren Tarot, air being covered by 9 3/4, water being covered by the Sea Owl, wind, chemistry with Kismet Tarot, wood, spiritualistic, fire, source, light, star, earth, Lexi the Leo, and of course, here we are with metal, your girl, Tay. As per usual with every collaboration, all of their links will be in the description box down below, so please get a snack, take your time, sit back and relax. We are going to dive in right here, starting with the element of metal and what this element would like to bring forth to you. Let's go ahead and get into group selections. I don't know what it is, but something about this reading just makes me feel like Bill Nye the Science Guy, and I love it here, okay? Like the 4th grade science kid in me is coming back alive. That's around the time when they started like doing all the experiments and like pouring this and baking soda and da, 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 da. That's how I feel right now. And I love this for us. So our group selections are going to be based on 3 numbers representing 3 different groups, darling. And so our numbers are represented by 77, 98, and 26, darling. Make your selections, please. 77 is group 1, 98 is group 2, 26 is group number 3. If you cannot make a selection this way, you can roll a die, you can write it down on a piece of paper, rip them apart, toss them, and then go pick up one and see what number you find yourself drawn to, darling, okay? Or you might just be seeing synchronicities. You can combine the 2 numbers, break them down, and formulate them into one and be like, oh my gosh, I've been seeing this number so many times. The way that you come across your intuitive pick is up to you, darling. I'm just here to deliver the message. And yes, if you are a TAYlien, meaning you are subscribed to the channel, that does mean that there is an extra special TAYlien message at the very end just for you. So if you came from any of those other channels and you're like, oh my God, this is my first time here, hit the subscribe button, select your group, and then also head on over to the very end where there will be a timestamp for TAYliens only for those of you that are subscribing today or any other day in the past. Love. Sending you so much love, so much life. Let's go ahead and get started because I feel like you're just as excited as I am. And remember, this is an 8-way collaboration, and all of their links will be in the description box down below. Take your time, relax, get a snack, and maybe even get a little notebook because you really want to highlight synchronicities from every reading because I'm sure there will be some sort of synchronistic occurrences. Sending you so much love, so much life, and please let me know in the comment section down below how this reading resonates for you. And I'll see you in your group. TAYliens, my subbies, I'll see you in your group and at the very end. You know we be lit. We be lit. TAYliens. See you there. Group number 1. I hope you didn't skip the intro. It might have been a little bit longer than usual, but please go back to the beginning. See, look, I can't even talk. Go back to the beginning so that you can learn some fun facts about metal and so that you can also check out all of the other peeps that are involved in this collaborationes, okay? And also, if you hit the subscribe button today or any day in the past, there is an extra special TAYlien message at the very end just for you. Now, let's go ahead and tap into your reading, babes. You resonated with the number 77. So let's reveal what this message brought to you by metal, the universe, God, and all of the beautiful, angelic, Christ-like entities that want to come to you today have to bring to thee. 77 says, reflect on past results. Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking here is metal and the history of it, where it originated, where it started, maybe even the spaces where it didn't really fit in too well, okay? Or places where it just wasn't appreciated. And so it had to find its own space. It had to create its own lane, its own path, its own wave. All right, group number 1 with the number 77. Reflect on past results. This card says, I know that I am able and capable when I consider every of my past achievements and success. There's more negative attributes on this card that I want to also read so that we can dive into this message even further. They said that there is nothing great about my past achievements. I am never good at anything. If I succeed in the past, it does not mean that I am still as good and capable to succeed in the present. Now, I know y'all heard that Freudian slip. Who wants to be the president? Who's watching this and wants to get into politics, but you're telling yourself you can't? I don't know what's going on, but let's see. Let me read that again because it's not president. If I succeed in the past, it does not mean that I am still as good and capable to succeed in the present. I am no longer the positive and bright person I used to be. I am very forgetful and old now. I cannot learn anything. We want to X that out of the picture. And also, if you watch the intro, you would know that I use the word excavate. Excavate is a word that is in relation to metal when we talk about mining certain materials. We want to mine out those negative thoughts that have you reflecting on your past and thinking that you're not good enough, or thinking that your brighter days were in the past. No, baby, your brighter days are now and looking ahead. Brighter days, brighter days, brighter days. Y'all know me in my gospel. I'm going to always refer to it when it comes to me. All right, let's go ahead and pull your cards. They are all pre-pulled. That's just what I felt guided to do here. There's 1 astrology card, 3 tarot cards, and 1 numerology card. So let's go ahead and dive into this message here. We have the moon with emotions. The moon with emotions. This is all about feels. Metal wants you to take on the stiffness, the stubbornness that it possesses. You have to be a welder to mold steel into different shapes, figures. To tap into these possibilities, to find your truest form, you have to be open and receptive. And remember, I talked about you having to pave your own lane or create your own wave. The moon rules over the water. It pulls the tides. You are made of mostly water, and the moon too controls your tides. The moon and the tides are connected. The tides here are your emotions, your emotional body. Metal wants you to take on the stature, the structure, the stiffness, the stubbornness, if you will, to persist and to believe. Right now, I feel this energy trying to straighten my spine, stiffen my spine, and it makes me think of, with certain workouts, your back needs to be at a certain angle. It needs to be proportioned a certain way. It needs to be held in a specific manner to support you. I'm seeing like a metal bar that usually has like holes in the side, and you can screw or drill things through the holes in the metal. It's the spine. Metal is calling you to formulate your spine, this structure. But in order to tap into that, you have to look into your past to know, what is it that you want? What is it that you desire? What is it that you look forward to? What is it that you're already good at? What are your interests? And how can you fuel what you're doing today to get you to where you want to go in the future based on your past? Again, we started off saying that metal wanted to refer to the beginnings of metal. Maybe when people were just getting in tune with metal and figuring out metal. I'm sure that there were some hiccups, there were some mistakes. So I want you guys to go back and research. If you're interested in metal, research the beginnings of metal. Maybe when some things may have fallen apart because metal was not used properly, or it was not welded to its highest degree. You're being called back to the beginning so that you can see the evolution, because now metal contributes to the tallest structures in the world. And you two are capable of tapping into that future energy. But in order to tap into that future energy, you must know your past. You must know your weaknesses in order to make them your strengths. Group number 1. Okay, that takes me back to the number 77, because 77 can be a number that people say is a blessing, a message, and a warning at the same time. I take that warning as the weaknesses. If you are taking heed to your weaknesses and you are aware of them, that means that you can work with them to your benefit for the future to make yourself stronger. All right, let's go ahead and see what 3 tarot cards you have today. We have the High Priestess. Okay, immediately, these look like metal structures to me now. These pillars, metal structures, pillars, structures. Okay. The High Priestess is also very much in tune with the moon, as it is Piscean energy, which is a water sign, which ties into the tides. Your next tarot card, we have the Hermit. This is dipping into your past. Ghost of Christmas past, you know? It doesn't have to specifically be Christmas, but ghosts of the past. You must know where you come from in order to know where you're going. And that doesn't mean you have to know your blood type. I'm talking about you have to know where you come from internally. You have to understand what you mean internally in order to reflect that externally. So where are you coming from? If someone asks you, where are you coming from? They could be talking about your physical location, but I'm asking you, where are you coming from? You make a point and I'm asking you, where are you coming from with that point? I'm asking you to get to the main idea. Metal is calling you to get to the main idea. And I also want to take note here too. Look at how straight this Hermit's back is. Working on straightening your posture could also do you some good too, babes. And we have the Seven of Swords. Look at that. Look at the metals. The metals. What can you use these things for? What can you use these things for? This group here, you're being called to fixate on your quote-unquote weaknesses of the past. Learn from them instead of evading them. We're trying to excavate the disbelief. We're trying to remove the toxicity so that we can have a true form and structure. If it is not beneficial to the build itself, it should not be there. This is thoughts, peoples, places, and things. There's so much more to tell you. There's so much more knowledge that you have yet to tap into. For a lot of you, this has something to do that you have to do with something that you've abandoned in your past, or something that you overlooked in your past. I also want to take note here. The High Priestess and her imagery behind her tapestry, however you pronounce it. If you look in these little cracks between the pillars, is the ocean behind her. Her dress melts into the ocean. She is the ocean. She is the water. She is the flow. I am. Instead of telling yourself what you are not, tell me who I am. You have this instinctual belief that you are made for greater, that you have a greater purpose. As metal had a greater purpose than whatever hiccups were at the beginning. You have a greater purpose. I'm going to pull some clarifiers just to add to the message before we pull your last numerology card and solidify this message that metal has brought to you. We have the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the High Priestess. That told me immediately that something from your past is going to unlock your present and then your future. But we are focused on the past and the present currently because you can't even see what the future holds until you tap in to that past energy, that avoidant energy. For a lot of you, it says, if I succeed in the past, it does not mean that I am still as good and capable to succeed in the present. That is what we have to rewrite. The High Priestess sitting in your past energy, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, tells me that you've touched success in the past. You've touched something in the past. That should prove to you that it's possible to touch it again. A card just fell on the floor, and oof, look at who it is. The mastermind of all things negative. what we need to reconstruct. I can't show the little naked people. But the Devil card is clarifying the Hermit in your current energy. We're talking about what we need to excavate. That's what the Hermit is looking towards. You're like a miner. Not like a miner like a child, but a miner, like someone who goes to go mine and excavate to pull out useful pieces, bits of information from the past. What were you doing in the past when you were succeeding? What state of mind were you in? How did you feel about life? What were you doing? What were you eating? What were you drinking? What were you thinking? Who were you hanging around? Use your past to assist your present and unlock your future. Now, the Seven of Swords puts like this cast over the future energy that I can't see beyond. So we'll see what clarifier we get and what information that provides for us. But again, the main idea is that when metal was first being used and utilized and incorporated in all these things, I'm sure there were some big mistakes, some big hiccups, but there were also some big wins. But I can almost guarantee you that no one knew where metal would end up today. No one knew where metal would end up today. We don't even know where metal will end up in the future. We're over here mind blown because it's building structures, because it's contributing to cars and all things science. We never saw it coming until we dared to explore, until we dared to create our own wave. And as the moon does with the tides, they will roll in and roll out, and you must go with the flow. Go with the flow. But through it all, you must be present. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Five of Pentacles. This is that feeling of the past, feeling like this success is abandoned. That is false. That success was just proof that you can do it again and again and again and again. Your final card, the big reveal. Wow, the number 96, forgiveness. As we're talking about the past, forgive your past mistakes. Forgive yourself for not feeling like you didn't maintain such success. Forgive yourself for whatever it is that needs to be forgiven, because this will give you more power over the tides. If you embody that moon energy as the High Priestess does, when those tides roll in and roll out, it won't do anything but teach you, learn you, grow you. And this is what metal has for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this message brought a little bit of peace, love, light, healing, clarity, but most importantly, truth, activation, and motivation. Sending you so much love, so much life, and make sure you check all of those links in the description box down below so that you can tap into the next element that has a message for you, as this is an 8-part collaboration with a bunch of beautiful spiritual people that have a beautiful message for you. Let's go ahead and get 2 closing cards and we will be done. Give yourself more time, and I'm hearing the word retaliate. Retaliate. 6 of Cups. Again, like something about the past, retaliation. But it's not coming through in a vindictive way. Retaliate. Let's look that word up. Define retaliate. Make an attack or assault in return for a similar attack. To repay. An injury or insult in kind. Now, again, I'm not picking it up in a negative way, because the second use says repay in kind. So this can be retaliation in whatever way that it resonates, but it's kind of this energy of, okay, if something makes you mad from the past, you can retaliate by transmuting or alchemizing that energy to utilize it for something more positive. Use it to fuel you. That's what the Six of Cups is talking about. Something from your past, you may be wanting to get back to it or get back at it or get back on it. But you're meant to use this as motivation. Something about Mario or Mario Kart could be relevant. You got double Hermit, baby. Six of Cups and the Hermit, get back to it. For a lot of you, you've abandoned your emotions because forgiveness was too great of a gift to give yourself. Some of you fear forgiving because you know that it will set you free, and you know that freedom will tap you into the unknown, and you are scared of the unknown. Pray away the self-sabotaging tendencies, says Metal, and then you will succeed. I'm off to the next group, and if you are subscribed to the channel, I'll see you at the very end, aliens. Ta-ta for now. Group number 2. You are here because you resonate with the number 98. Let's go ahead and dive into your reading. Your first card, because you selected the number 98, says this: the neurolinguist values connection. Connection is maintaining true, honest, and sincere ties with the people in our lives. I maintain connectivity with those who matter, whether near or far, in celebration of love and joy, and being in touch through the good and bad times so that I can live and receive blessings and abundance. Group number 2, messages from the metal element. First things first, I'm seeing a reminiscent or romantic energy. A pool could be relevant. I'm seeing this as someone that you could be around or be with that romanticizes your image, that romanticizes you, your lifestyle, your structure, your form, the way that you're built. Metal, the main contributor to some of the tallest structures in the world. Metal wants you to see your greatness. I'm seeing a lot of different geometry shapes, different shapes. Okay, like I can't remember what they're called, but those like really trippy screen savers and things, like they look like a psychedelic trip. I'm seeing that in my third eye. All right, so we have pre-pulled your cards. We have 1 astrology card, 3 tarot cards, and a numerology card. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with your astrology card. My calendar keeps giving me a notification. And I also got a text message. Okay, so that could be relevant. It's like something's trying to constantly get my attention. I was talking about that person romanticizing you, and so there could be something in that for you. Honesty is a big one here. Connection is maintaining true, honest, and sincere ties with people in our lives. Honesty is a big one here. See? Oh my gosh, dog. See, this is what I'm saying. First house, self. This is a phallic symbol, Mars energy, pointing straight up in the air. How tall are you? How big is your energy? How high can you go? Group number 2, I think you've already tapped in and mastered the fact that you are capable, but now it's time to tap in and master the fact that you can't even see how much you are capable of. You don't see the magnitude. The possibilities are endless. Group number 2, sorry. I saw first house and I thought about number 1. Let's go ahead and pull your tarot. I think that your early childhood could have a lot to do with your what's the word that I'm looking for here? What's the word? I'm stroking my beard for wisdom. Your early childhood blinds you to who you have transformed into. And it's only your experiences that have blinded you, not the reality of who you are. It's the perception of your experience that has you blind to who you are and what you're capable of. You've always been these things, but again, your perception of your experience, your perception of people's treatment of you, your perception of everything up until this point has you thinking that you're smaller than you actually are. In the beginning of this video, I hope you didn't skip the intro, because it taught me how to put respect on metal's name when I realized how much metal contributes to this world. And I mean, it's a big duh, but it's one of those things that you don't actually consider until it's right there in your face, until it's gone. So there could be people, places, and things that don't appreciate you until you're gone. Why is that? Because you don't even appreciate yourself while you're there. Metal is calling you to observe yourself, to look in the mirror. And when I say observe yourself, I don't just mean your physical appearance. I'm talking about all that you contribute, all that you are capable of. For some of you, this may be you tapping in and seeing why you may have been a target for some of those past experiences that you perceived to be making you smaller than you actually are. Let's get into the tarot. We have the Magician. See, there's that illusion, illusionary energy. The World, I can't show it. She has her tetas out. She's enjoying her life too much. She can't have her tetas out on YouTube. You can't do that. And then we have the Ten of Wands. I'm hearing I will and I can and I will. The will to go on. The structure and performative action. Performative is the word that's really coming through here. Performative. You do not see how great you are. You do not see the form of your potential even. You don't even see it. So this group here, I call you into doing mirror work and praying to the good, sweet Lord up above to allow you to see yourself through the eyes of God, through the eyes of your Creator, and with the grace of Christ consciousness, because you are not seeing yourself with the grace of Christ consciousness, baby. That's why you're not seeing your power. That's why you're not seeing your potential, because you're only seeing your mistakes, or you're only seeing that, yeah, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, but you're not seeing the depth of it, babes. And until you see the depth, you will not be able to see the way out. You need to go down. You need to see the depths before you can expand, like that phallic symbol I talked about. Until you see, you can't. It's like you need to look down in a way to see how high you're actually standing. It's interesting. You need to see the depth so you can see how high you actually are. Like right now, I'm looking up at the freaking clouds. Sky isn't even the limit. Let's pull some more cards. Let's clarify the Magician. Yes, baby, I'm telling you. Your Five of Cups past, your perception of this life and people's treatment of you has blinded you to what you do have. It's only showed you what you don't. Okay. You only see what you lack and not what you pack in. That's a J. Cole song. Let me see. One second. Crooked Smile. Yes, it is. I knew it before it even popped up. Crooked Smile. For some of you, yes. I'm going to share something personal here. Clearly, your girl has a gap. Clearly, I have several gaps. That was something that I noticed it as a kid. I noticed. But it didn't bother me. It didn't matter to me until I got into school. And everyone's like, well, when are you going to get braces? And I'm like, what do you mean? And so I went home to my mommy and was like, Mommy, the kids at school said I need braces. Yeah. And, you know, my mom was supportive of it because that's just how my mom is. Because it was something that we talked about, but it wasn't a thing until I made it a thing. Okay? So again, it's what we focus on, what we put our attention on that matters. And by the way, I had those braces. They fixed my teeth. But I didn't wear my retainer. And the older I got, I realized that I would rather have my gaps. I would rather have my crooked smile than to suffer the pain of braces. I already suffered the pain of braces, but then to suffer the pain of the retainer as well. Because the retainer literally pushes your teeth back into place every single time because your teeth move. Always. They're always moving, especially in that vulnerable time once you get your braces off. I decided that I would rather be comfortable with my gaps and my imperfect crooked smile than to please other people with my pain and my straight smile. And to this day, I remember my orthodontist had told me, he was like, you're going to grow into your gap. He said, you're going to grow into your smile. And back then when he said that, I'm like, child, what the hell is you talking about? I was a decent sized human. But now his voice rings true to me now. I did grow into my gap. Now I think my gap is cute. I mean, these down here, it's like, yeah, whatever. And I think somebody needed to hear that. Y'all know I only put myself in the reading when I feel like it's applicable to the message, okay? Because I think you need to know that whatever it is that they tried to blind you into believing about yourself, bro. Okay. 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is their energy trying to conflict with you and how you feel about yourself. They're trying to point out your flaws. And back then I was like, okay, but why would they even point out my flaws back then? Because I was just like minding my own business, but I didn't realize that minding my own business made me one of the realest, and people don't like that. I've always been the type to speak my mind. It's funny because sometimes I go back on my Facebook page from middle school days and I see people, you know how they used to do the TBHs, to be honest? Every to be honest was about how honest of an individual I was, about how much I'm always myself, and about how much I'm always going to tell it like it is. That I didn't see it back then, but that's why people wanted to point out my flaws, because people don't like honesty. So they want to tear down the one that's speaking the truth by pointing out their imperfections and flaws, which are really just beauty that no one else has. I could go straighten my teeth. I could go get veneers, but then I would look like everybody else. And then I look up at the sky and I'm like, God, why would I try to change what you've done for me as if it wasn't good enough? I think that my flaws are here for me to learn how to love them. It's a part of my character build, if you will. And I think the same for you. That's why in the world card here at the center, she's standing in all her glory. She's having a good time. She got her tits out. But I told her, you can't have your tits out on YouTube, baby. But she still got them out. She's having a good time. This is what Spirit wants you to tap into. Have a good time. And recognize when people are trying to rain on your parade because you are doing so great. Even if they do point out your flaws, yeah, they're right. I do have gaps. But what's wrong with that? If it's not interfering with my health, if it's not interfering with my daily life, why does it matter? You know? So ask yourself, what is it that you keep fueling because they pointed it out to you? And that fueling prevents you from seeing beyond the smoke and mirrors that they've created for you to only see your flaws. This world was created for us to only see our flaws. And I'm not talking about God's intentions for the world. No, I'm talking about man's intentions that have touched this earth. They want to profit off of us. And so the only way they can profit off of us is by pointing out our flaws and imperfections. That's why surgeries are trending. That's why everyone's getting their teeth done the same way. That's why blah, blah, the list goes on. Literally, capitalism exists and feeds off of insecurities that capitalism pointed out. And the thing is that capitalism is like, it's like a demon that took over people, because the people that make fun of you are only fueling capitalism so that you will feel guided to feed into capitalism to buy perfection, quote unquote. Be yourself. If you don't care about it, if you genuinely don't care about it, if you look in the mirror and your crooked smile does not actually bother you, and I'm talking before their comments, if it doesn't bother you, if it doesn't harm you, ask yourself, does it really truly matter? Before they started feeding their words to you, did it actually matter to you? Did your crooked smile matter to you? Did your weight matter to you? Did it matter before they made it matter? Clarify the world, please. Too many. The star card. Look at, everybody got their tits out. I can't show it, but everybody got their tits out right now. Okay? For some of you, this could be literally about your boobs. Maybe you feel like your boobs are disproportioned. Does it actually matter? Do you actually care if you didn't feel like they needed to be up to par with Megan Fox's tits? I don't really know. I just said Megan Fox. But you get what I'm saying. And tits and teeth are just two of the examples, but there's so many other things that people point out about us. Does it really matter? Did it matter to you before they pointed it out? Interesting. I just have to point this out. So in the Magician card, we have this person holding the wand. Look at in the World card. This person is literally holding two of those wands. Two of those wands. Take that energy that they gave you and use it to your strength, your capacity. Use it to the greatest of your ability. Be like, yeah, my teeth are imperfect. Yeah, my tits are crooked. That's my magical power. Look what I can do with this. You get what I'm saying? What is the Ten of Wands that's sitting in the future energy? On my way, on my way, on my way down, on my way. Y'all have to listen to Crooked Smile. You have to. Like, honestly, this, like, you have to. Crooked Smile by J. Cole. You have to. Have to. Clarify. Too much. 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 We have the Two of Swords clarifying the Ten of Wands. When I tell you, baby, if you let it go, if you just let it go, it'll take you so far you just don't even know. Look at that, the Death card. Set yourself free. Now, what's interesting here, the way that I'm seeing this is I'm seeing these wands. Remember I talked about the wands in the Magician in the World's hand? Wands. They had wands in their hand. Use your swords to chop those wands into bits, into pieces, and utilize them for your magic. There's so many people in this world that have taken the very thing that someone tried to use against them, the very thing that they were bullied about, and then they went and profited off of it, whether it was financial profit, material, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever the profit is, you can make a profit. And I'm getting profit as in Profit and PROPHET. I'm one of those persons I have to write it down, y'all. I'm a visual person. Profit. Profit as in ka-ching, ka-ching, and profit as in I'm preaching the gospel. PROPHET. Thank you. I said pH. pH balance could also be relevant as well. Like of water or of your womb. Okay? Let's reveal your numerology card, darling. And it is the number 56, relationship change. Change the relationship with yourself above anything else. 5, 6. Change the relationship with yourself above anyone else. How do you feel about yourself before they told you how to feel about yourself? And this doesn't mean that the things that they say won't get to you sometimes, especially in the beginning, especially if you are younger. It will. But we're going to transmute that energy, that negativity, and make it something bigger, better, more powerful, more magical. All right, let's pull 2 more cards from the little tarot deck here. And I will send you on your way, love. And this is what Metal wanted to bring to your attention. 7 of Swords. Some of you may have been drawn to group number 1. And the Emperor! You're not seeing yourself clearly. Literally, you're not seeing your power clearly. That's why you have the first house energy. It's time to, again, change the relationship with yourself. How could you love yourself before they told you what was wrong with you? How I'm asking you, how big is your love for yourself without other people's opinions? How deep is your love? I don't know that song. Like, I know it, but I don't know it. How deep is your love? You know? How deep is your love of self? Stand in that power. 10 of Cups. You would be happy if it wasn't for the opinions of others penetrating your walls. Okay, now I have to say, when I just said penetrating your walls and I just said pH balance as well, so for some of you, the womb is very relevant here. This could be talking about your feminine energy, whether you are masculine or feminine, or just take it as it resonates, but it's definitely relevant. Take back your power, babes. And this is all that I and Metal have to bring to you today. And remember that this is an 8-part collaboration. All of the links will be in the description box down below. Okay, so you can check out everyone's channel, show them love, and make sure you hit the subscribe button here if you like the vibes. And that also will make you a TAYlien, so you can tap into the message at the very end of this video. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Group number 3 that resonates with the number 26. This is your reading, and I really hope you didn't skip the intro where you learned some fun facts about Metal and also learned that this is an 8-part collaboration, so you probably should sit back, relax, grab a snack, and also take some notes because there will be some synchronistic occurrences. Okay, let's go ahead and tap in. Because you resonate with the number 26, this is your message. We have the number 26. Successful goals are situations specific. I don't know if that S is supposed to be on that card. I mean, on that on that word. Successful goals are situations specific, or successful goals are situation specific. But let's read on. When I set specific targets, it is easier for me to know that I have achieved my goals. This card has more negative attributes. I want to also read those too so we can help dive into that as well. How do I end up here? I have no time limit to achieve this. I don't care whoever is the person that I will marry as long as they are rich. I didn't know this was illegal. He, she wants to be with me but is still married. Successful goals are situation specific. Create a point, a target, a point of center, a point of focus, and you will succeed, no matter how difficult the journey seems on the in-between. So right now I'm being brought to blueprints and where metal fits into said blueprints. Now, sorry y'all, I feel like the lip gloss is doing that little crusted thing and I don't like. But what I'm getting is that metal sees the blueprints, and metal is you right now. And metal is like shaking in their boots because they're like, how do you expect me to contribute to building the tallest building in the world? Like, how do you expect me to do that? But if you focus on step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, instead of trying to see the bigger picture, you can set a bigger picture goal, but don't focus on it. When we create this blueprint for the tallest building in the world, all we want to focus on is metal's contribution and what metal can do in this space and what metal is capable of when metal is assisted by other materials that can do massive things. Let me close this door. Group number 3. One moment, please. One moment, please. Okay, I feel like this is significant. I think that you may need to close a specific door, or again, like, just because you were given a glimpse of something doesn't mean that you have to focus on it. It's like compartmentalizing, focusing on what you can right here, right now. What you can focus on right here, right now is that you are metal and you are capable of this because this blueprint says so. And so now you have to focus on the writer of the blueprint, aka the creator, God Almighty up above, and say, now, God, please reveal to me with the grace of Christ consciousness, help me see how am I capable of achieving that goal that I have over there that you have aligned me with. Help me. That made me think about Kevin Gates. No, not Kevin. I didn't mean to say Kevin Gates. Kevin Hart. Why is his mind, I mean, his name left my mind. Kevin Hart. Heart. Chakra. Like in that one skit where he was like, it was his stand-up. I think it was like the most popular one, like the one that really like set him off, where he was like, I can't say the word. I mean, I don't say it on the channel, but like he was like, help me. Help me. Okay? Like that's how you are being called into this relationship with God. And that's why the beauty of Christ consciousness is what we need, because it graces us with the forgiveness and all of these qualities of Christ consciousness so that we can see beyond our fears and tapping into the love. So I have pre-pulled cards here. We have 1 astrology card, 3 tarot cards, and a numerology card. See, and all of a sudden in this group, I'm getting forgetful. Okay, so I think you might be kind of scatterbrained. And so again, finding a center focus, compartmentalizing how I close that door. Like I know that I have access to that over there too, but I close the door so I can focus on you. Because I don't want any distractions. You are my focus, baby. Astrology card. We have, come on, focus, mastermind, 3rd house, communication, Gemini, Mercury. Successful goals are situation specific. Focus on the situation at hand. Okay, so metal is really just calling you to focus. Focus, baby, focus. Baby, can you focus on me? Focus by her. That's a song. Can you focus? This is, again, compartmentalizing how the brain is made up of all these different sections, sectors. Like certain portions of the brain contribute to specific actions or parts of our reality. Compartmentalizing will really benefit you. Figuring out what you can do in the here and the now. Don't worry about the blueprint right now. Just give thanks that the blueprint was revealed to you so that you know that you are capable. And so now you can focus on the steps in between, the how. They always say that God has a bigger plan and we fluck up when we focus on the how. When you start asking how in a frantic manner, that's when you paralyze yourself. But if you say, God, in a loving manner, with loving energy, God, how am I capable of this? Please reveal to me what the Creator sees within me. If you approach it with that energy, that Christ conscious energy, there's nothing you can't do, because then God will show you how to compartmentalize. He will lead you to people that can help you compartmentalize. He will send you dreams of how to compartmentalize. He'll give you dreams of your next step. I'm getting excited. Like, just beautiful. We have the Three of Wands. Compartmentalize one step at a time. Three of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Focus on one section at a time. The Five of Swords. And the rest that is left over, that's what it is. Like, you focus on one thing at a time. You focus and you say, God, what is my first step? That's why this person is standing here, the Three of Wands, standing at the horizon, saying, God, bring me my ship that you want me to focus on. Yeah, there's literally ships here. God, I'm standing here waiting on you to reveal to me what you want me to see, who you want me to be, and how should I get there? And then once that is revealed to you, hold on to that. Shut that door and don't focus on anything else until you complete this task here. Then once that task is complete, then you can look back and say, okay, God, I'm opening this door again where you showed me all of this shiz that I am capable of. What do you want me to focus on next? And then you repeat the process until the next step is revealed to you. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just realized it's 3, 4, 5. 3 wands, 4 pentacles, 5 swords. 3, 4, 5. Chronological order is your best friend, my friend. Look at that. You got the title card. The title card this is the blueprint. Thank you. Look at the synchronicities. The blueprint, the blueprint has been revealed to you. It's because it's in the past energy. The Three of Wands is you standing there saying, God, okay, what is this? And then God shows you this big ass blueprint. Like, imagine, just imagine. Like an Akashic Records kind of thing. This is you standing here, and then God pulls up like on a projector up in the sky over the ocean. This is my plan for you. You've had something like that revealed to you, but God will never put more on you than you can bear. If God showed you the magnitude of what your lifespan will consist of, it would overwhelm you. You would get trapped. So again, we're compartmentalizing. God has already shown you something that you're like, you're already like, whoa, buddy. But the fact that God has revealed it to you means that it was time for you to see it. So now we're in the next phase, the number 4, the 4 of Pentacles. You're studying that blueprint, okay? Studying that blueprint tells you what to do right here and right now. Come on, the Hanged Man. You are in the execution phase, the planning phase, where you're like, okay, so let's just say that God shows you this blueprint, and the blueprint says that you are a painter. So what does that tell you? I need to start painting. And let's say that this blueprint was shown to you and you've never picked up a paintbrush in your life. And you're like, God, what the hell are you talking about? No, what are you talking about? But what can you conclude from that? If God is showing you the blueprint of your life, I'm a painter. What does that tell you? I need to start painting. I need to start practicing. I need to get on it. Do you get what I'm saying? Look at that, the Knight of Wands. If God revealed to you in this blueprint that you're meant to be a chef and you've never used a stove before, what does that tell you? It's time to get cooking. Good looking. Clarify the Five of Swords for me. Five of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Swords. Again, this compartmentalizing. Do not overwhelm yourself by thinking about what you need to do tomorrow when it is today. The Bible tells us, and every other useful bit of work tells us, focus on today, for tomorrow has its own problems. Okay? Bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. God is delivering, hand delivering everything that you need piece by piece. And look at that. We went from 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful, beautiful energy here. I'm so glad to be here and to be reading this energy with you. Thank you to Metal, to God, to Christ consciousness for gracing this reading. Let's go ahead and reveal your numerology card. Communication, the number 33. As I'm talking about Christ consciousness, we have the number 33. It is believed that Christ sacrificed life at 33. So this is about you dedicating your life to that blueprint, to that vision, no matter how difficult it may seem, no matter how difficult it may be. It's not impossible. It was revealed to you for a reason. Get cooking, get good looking. That's the message. Get cooking, good looking, and literally just take any step that you know how. That's it. And everything will be revealed to you in due time. And the steps that you know how to take will lead you to education. So then you'll learn about more steps that you didn't even know that you could take. It's the dedication for me. The Tower. And one more. The Emperor. Two of Cups. You might want to check out group number 2. Because they got the Emperor and also the 2 right there. Just kind of solidified that for me. The Emperor, the Tower. My. Look at your power when you focus. All praise to the most holy and high God. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I pray that this reading brought a little bit of peace, love, light, healing, clarity, but most importantly, truth and motivation to you. Yes, this is an 8-part collaboration, so make sure you check those links in the description box after you hit the subscribe button and check out the TAYliens message. For those of you that hit the subscribe button today or any day in the past, there is an extra special TAYliens message at the very end just for you, and you want to tap in and tune in before you head on over to those other 7 channels in this 8-part collaboration. Make sure you have something to take some notes, because I'm sure there will be some synchronicities. Let me know in the comment section down below how this reading helped, blessed, or motivated you. Sending you so much love, so much life, and until next time, take care. Welcome to my TAYliens. How are you feeling? What groups did you pick? I want to know from my TAYliens what group, like, let me know specifically by putting like little alien emojis in the comment section, and let me know what group did you pick before we got into the TAYliens message. What was drawing to you, and how did it contribute to your comprehension through this reading? All right. And also let me know, who are you going to go visit first on your 8-stop trip, okay? Who's going to be your second stop? Who's going to be your next stop, okay? All right, TAYliens. Oh, interesting. Some cards got flipped over. Interesting. Maintain rapport, integrity, and empowerment. People respond to perception, not reality. Your reputation, and there's just something here about reputation and who you are, is not defined by others. However, you do have a great reputation with others. We have sequence at the bottom of the deck. It's giving me this energy of you are becoming who you think you are, or you are who you think you are becoming. Dedication, exactly. You are who you think you are becoming. This makes me think of Dedication by Nipsey Hussle, that song. Nipsey Hussle makes some of the most inspiring music ever. R.I.P. So grateful to have his music here. Okay, dedication. I show dedication by staying my course even when circumstances change. I prefer to fail than quit because I am bold and brave enough to tackle complex problems and enhance my resilience. The number 86. The number 80 is at the bottom of the deck with sequence. I must know my what, why, where, and when, and retrace my steps. I took that lead to my past, goals, results, and success. That bottom of the deck message just brought me back to the ASMR Bathe with Tay message. I will link that down below if I do remember, but if not, all you gotta do is type in ASMR Bathe with Tay and it will pop up. It was a short 6-minute message. We have opposition here. See, again, other people's perception does not define you. Some of you need to know that you're not going to be able to please everyone. But those that are not pleased with you are not defining you. Only defining themselves. Saturn, discipline. Dedication, confrontation, and discipline. Will you commit through the complications? Will you commit through the stagnancy? Will you commit? I said ooh because look at the bottom of the deck. Partnership, commitment. Sequence, it's bringing me back to the bottom of the deck. Sequence. Will you remain loyal through the sequence of events even when the going gets tough? Even when trials and tribulations rock your world? Will you stay down is the question. The Six of Wands. Will you maintain your own rapport even when others try to shit on your character? The Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles. You have to know who you are, or they will tell you who you are. Look at that. Mind over matter. Their opinion of you is not the end-all be-all. Someone here needs to know that someone's judgment of their character is not defining of them. Let's clarify. Six of Wands. So this is both ways. Because just as much as you don't want other people's negative energy to define you, you also don't want too much of other people's positive energy to define you either. You do want to take the positivity into account and allow it to help you fuel your own empowerment. But you have to remember to not let it be your only source. Because if you allow other people to be your source of knowing, you will continue to be lost. Other people's validation should not be the only thing that is able to validate you and your happiness and what you're capable of. You need to know who you are and what you're capable of beforehand. You can allow the love and the kind words to build onto your rapport to help you maintain, but do not let that be your center focus of source, because they can take that love away at any given moment. This is why God is so important and why God is bigger than anything and everything that we see in front of us, because that love that we receive from the divine is always there, and it does not falter based on our mistakes or our actions or our lack of dedication to whatever they, as in them outside, wanted us to do. The Two of Pentacles. So you need to be cognizant of fluctuations. That's what your main message is here. Yeah, we have the title card. Be cognizant of fluctuation. The title card was relevant in group number 3, I do believe, when we talked about the blueprint. It was either 2 or 3, but I think it was number 3. Yes, it was. It was group number 3. So you might want to check out group number 3 to my TAYliens that have not checked that out already. But you need to remember who you are through the fluctuations, through the difficult times. Let's get a numerology card. Number 16, rebirth. Again, there's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be contradictions. There's going to be people that love and hate you. But you have to know who you are. You have to renew your view of self time and time again. Number 16, rebirth. 16 contributes to the Tower card in tarot. The Tower card can be all this positive love or all this negative love. What? Well, yeah, sure. Let's call it negative love. It's not hate anymore. It's negative love. Okay? But you are in charge. You are in charge of that fluctuation, that perception of self. So remember, do not let other people be your source of power, because they can take it from you at any given point in time. You have to be that source, and you have to be tapped into your source. I'm going to get one closing oracle card from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and that'll leave us with this message. Just one card. It keeps trying to give me 2. Regeneration and come to the edge. Just one. Just one. The number 15, message in a bottle. This is a message that you're meant to just keep with you. Put it in your pocket. Or it could be relevant to you right now. Look at that new life. Take it into your new life. Because there will be a lot of positive love and negative love. There will be a lot of praise and a lot of hate. Yeah, I said it. Fine. You need to take this into your new life with you. Put it in your pocket. This is just something you need to remember. Maybe save this video, because this message will reign true to you time and time and time again. Sending you so much love, so much life, and until next time, take care, be well. Love you, TAYliens. Bye.